Hello world, my name is Cameron. I'm 17 years old and I've considered myself a professional nerd, and today I'm so excited to be talking to you about TechTogether Boston, my second ever hackathon, and share my experience so I can encourage you to also attend some hackathons for yourself. So let's dive right in. For those of y'all who don't know, a hackathon is pretty much like a marathon of coding. Typically they go from Friday to a Sunday, sometimes ranging from 24 hours all the way up to 72 hours. Now, in this case, I attended a 36-hour hackathon at TechTogether Boston 2020. With that, here's my experience. Alright, so first things first, I do not live in Boston, and obviously TechTogether Boston is not in Cleveland, Ohio, which is closer to where I live. So I ended up having to leave school a bit early that Friday of the hackathon in order to catch my first ever solo flight, and my family was not excited to drop me off.
I'm crying with excitement.
You're crying because I'm leaving. I'm gonna be fine.
I'm not crying.
You're totally crying. Okay.
I'm crying with excitement.
I'm not quite sure how I convinced my family to let me fly by myself all the way over to Boston, pretty much 800 miles away from where I actually live, to attend this competition. I'm so glad they did. However, it did not stop me from being quite intimidated upon arriving to the arena. Now, while I signed up for TechTogether Boston without knowing anyone else who was competing in the area, I have been super lucky to make some incredible friends through this awesome summer camp program called KODE. Check it out, it changed my life. I definitely want to let y'all know more information. However, long story short, I ended up having the pleasure of meeting this incredible change maker, Sophia, who you should totally check out too because she is truly changing the world. And we ended up partnering up for TechTogether Boston alongside my other incredible friend, Hannah. We were all traveling from different places around the United States, and so we ended up getting there at different times, myself being first. However, we definitely made use of our time in the midst of it all, collecting different tech swag. Hackathons are the only time that word is acceptable. From t-shirts to super cool empowering sweatshirts, all the way to stickers galore. While I waited for my teammates to arrive, I did decide to walk around and check out the different lounges that TechTogether also had. So cute. And once my teammate Sophia arrived, along with a couple other people who were interested in walking through Boston to get some boba, I decided to join them, and it was a blast. Fun fact, Ohio needs more good tea places, especially near me. Any recommendations, please let me know. Along with that, you can't have a hackathon and create your intensely stressful project without some self-care first.
There's just an army of
But after the fun, and when Hannah, our other teammate, arrived, we decided that we should jump right into creating our project. First, we had to ideate. I personally think that ideation part of a hackathon might be the most tricky part, because there's so much that you can do with technology that it's hard to just narrow down on one idea and go for it. That's why I'm so grateful that Sophia had such a brilliant idea of creating an app that we named Aurora. Aurora is an iOS app designed to help those who are disenfranchised by the criminal justice system find pro bono organizations who can provide them with legal aid. Now, we understood, which is how ambitious our idea was, that it was very possible that we wouldn't actually have a working product at the end of the hackathon, since it was only over a weekend for something that's so important and has so many different features to it. We decided to use Firebase in our project since I had used it in a couple other ones in the past, and it pretty much makes it super simple to actually create a cloud database for storing users and creating different authentication processes. And that was sort of my take on the whole project, was that was like my job to create the database. Although it made it stressful, it was super fun, and definitely once we started working, we just couldn't stop.
Look at the database. If we refresh it.
Oh, it's right there. If you click the plus button.
Oh, LOL. I'm right there. I spelled my own name wrong. That is so funny. Did I really?
We worked for hours and hours until we were pretty much the only ones left coding. Everyone else had gone to sleep. So we decided maybe it would be time for some, rest and relaxation. Hi, so currently it is around 3:30 in the morning. We've wrapped up hacking for the night. We pretty much can't focus any longer. So my team and I are probably gonna head to bed for like 3 hours too. We'll see. But it's going pretty well. We've got an interesting project and I'm having a good time. But things don't always go according to plan. It is almost 4:45 in the morning and I'm still awake, but it's okay. After that video clip you just watched, I ended up falling asleep probably around 5:45 until about 6:15, and that was the only sleep I had the entire hackathon. We were so excited with how far our project was already coming along. We had like the basic login page for users that was fully functional, and we just were so excited and wanted to get as much of it done as we possibly could. We kept researching and working through our project the entire morning after getting ready and having breakfast. And along with that, we had to go out and get some more boba. So much homework. Hi guys! Hi! But after that, we continued diving into our project until we decided that we wanted to go reunite with other KODE with KLOSSY scholars. Once again, check out this incredible program that I'm a part of. It is so helpful, especially if you're a young woman interested in coding and computer science and just want to get started. Check it out for sure. But pretty much, we decided to have a KODE with KLOSSY reunion. We found as many people as we could from the program who were attending the hackathon, and we definitely had some fun with their photo booth. After some further work on Aurora, we also decided to go out as a huge group through Boston to find some pretty awesome pizza places and definitely enjoyed that time. Focusing back on Aurora and our project though, the deadline was at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. You could not submit any later than that, and we were definitely super excited with how far we had come. We decided to implement different features of our application that originally we believed were too ambitious. So in addition to connecting those in legal trouble with pro bono aid, we also decided to add a way to contact your legislators through the app directly and find who can help you make a permanent solution to a problem you see in your community or affecting you. We believe that this multifaceted approach would actually ignite more change by connecting groups that typically aren't able to communicate with each other, besides through technology. So we kept working as hard as we could all through the night. Hannah was working on the API, she's absolutely killing it, and Sophia was creating this incredible map of different pro bono organizations across the East Coast. Along with that, I was continuing to work on Firebase, and everything was going according to plan, so my teammates decided to get some beauty sleep, super important. And I was planning on it too, until 1:30 a.m. rolled around, and I just had this error that I could not figure out for the life of me. All of my code read perfectly fine, and even with a couple other people helping out from the hackathon, including mentors in the specific language we were using, we just could not find out what was going wrong in our app. But at this point, I was so frustrated, almost in tears, just because it was like, oh no, I totally jinxed us when I said that I could do all of this. And it was a time of pure panic, honestly, which is why I decided, okay, I have to just step away from the computer. I need to get some coffee, which is funny since I personally am not a big fan of coffee, so I think I got green tea instead. And I came back to our project. I decided to just restart the computer, start it up again, and try to go back and fix whatever I had messed up. And turns out that the code ran perfectly fine after restarting, so I'm almost thinking it was a connection problem, but I guess I'll never know. That was definitely such a frustrating yet pure relief sort of moment in the hackathon. So with that, we just kept working, and that error took about 5.5 hours maybe. So at this point, we were filling out our application to submit our project, and we were super excited once again. You can submit in a hackathon to different challenges that your app meets the criteria for. So we decided to apply to maybe 10 or 11, and we definitely weren't expecting any prizes or anything, but we were super excited when it came to actually demonstrate our app to professional tech developers, other people who were hacking, and just everyone else around us. The satisfaction of getting to share something that you've worked so hard on, nonstop for so many hours, is just a feeling that you can't replicate anywhere else. And it's one of the greatest parts, I believe, of going and attending hackathons. You're also able to walk around and see the incredible other projects that those around you have been building, and also seeing just like the bliss on everyone's faces for, oh my gosh, we did this, we survived. It's just an amazing feeling. How's it going, guys?
It's going well. We have demoed 3 times so far out of many times doing well. And 11. It's going well.
Awesome.
11 to 12. Okay.
All right. At the same time, throughout the hackathon, there's so many different people who you can meet and become friends with and network with. It's just absolutely phenomenal. So the people I met and the friends that I've made and still talk to through TechTogether Boston, I mean, I can't be more grateful for them. And it definitely would not have been as incredible of an experience had I not met such wonderful, brilliant young... Hi guys! Hi! Were we productive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very productive. Hopefully we win something. We'll keep you updated. Cameron did literally so much work.
Oh, and just like that, it was time for the closing ceremony. But first, we definitely had an incredible surprise speaker.
Because 5 years ago, I started KODE, and we host free coding camps for young women. Today we serve thousands of young people, some of whom are in this room right now. Woo! Thank you TechTogether for being another amazing avenue to challenge young people to learn and grow through the power of code.
Following this incredible announcement and such kind words from Carly, we had the awards actually happen, and once again, we're just sitting there at our table. At this point, I'm so tired and kind of delirious that like I'm like poking myself in the face, like trying to like feel where my fingers are. Like, that's pretty bad, so I definitely would recommend getting some sleep when you go to hackathons, and I know that for next time. So pretty much, we were just sitting around, hearing all of these incredible projects that others had made, and then Aurora got called up, and we're like, oh my gosh, that's us. And so we got to walk upstairs, up the staircase, collect our prize, and it was just an incredible feeling once again, sort of the cherry on top of the experience. However, I want to stress that the awards truly don't mean everything. It was definitely like a really nice compliment to such a great weekend. However, just the experiences that I took from TechTogether Boston are priceless. Except it definitely was another cherry on top of our Sunday to have been called up for a second award. We ended up bringing home prizes for the best philanthropic hack as well as the best political polarization hack for Aurora. And so I got to have some super cool things like a Polaroid printer to an Amazon Echo, which I still have to utilize properly. However, it was just definitely an incredible experience, and with that, it was already time to leave, and definitely was not ready. Still being pretty young and traveling for the first time on my own, I had to get back to the airport, and I ended up asking some of my new KODE friends for a ride back, and with that, we actually got to drive through Harvard Square, which is like one of my absolute dream places to visit, one of the top schools on my choices that I'm so excited to apply for. And seeing it in person definitely was like awe-striking. I also ended up hanging out in the airport with my new friend Trinity, who is also absolutely incredible. Check her out for sure.
Everybody, it's Trinity, and I'm here with Cameron. She's also a KODE scholar, and we're in the Boston. Why is my phone about to die? We're in the Boston airport together.
Yes, we are going on vacation.
We are going. Okay, we're
Unfortunately not. And with that, I had to wait just a couple more hours, and before I knew it, I was flying back to my house. And definitely, I was expecting to be able to go to school that day, since I was, flying home on a Sunday. I figured, oh, I'll be fine for school on Monday. And then cue the sleep deprivation. I probably end up sleeping until 7:30 p.m. that Monday. I called my school, and they completely understood in the strangest possible way of, oh yeah, no, we kind of figured that you weren't gonna come in today. And with that, that was my experience with TechTogether Boston. I mean, I would not be able to recommend attending a hackathon to anyone more, and definitely check out some of the links I'm going to include in this description for finding some online hackathons during this COVID pandemic in the meantime. TechTogether Boston was so much fun, and the people I met there I still talk to today. So definitely, I would 10 out of 10 recommend. Have any questions? Feel free to drop them below. I'd love to answer them, and I'm hoping to actually continue to document some of these hackathons, but this time I will remember to flip my camera so that it's a little bit easier to see. But thanks so much for watching!